Right now, there are so many problems, both environmental and social, in our own backyards and globally that need to be attacked and figured out in really creative ways, and that's something that design can deliver in ways that not many other disciplines can. My name is Emily Pillaton. I'm the founder and executive director of Project H Design. Project H is a nonprofit that is 2 years old, and I set it up to find a way for designers to start working in more humanitarian ways. So our first project was the redesign of the Hippo Roller. So the Hippo Roller is a device that's been around for 15 years. And what it is a water transport barrel, and it holds 22 gallons of water. So in communities where usually the women and children are the ones who are going to fetch water, and they're usually using either buckets or jerry cans or carrying water on their head. So the Hippo Roller is a great way to carry more water at one given time, and it frees up a lot of time for the women and children to go to school, to start businesses, to be more sort of productive members of society. So we worked with Hippo Roller on redesigning the object itself so that they could produce it at a lower price point, and so that they could potentially ship them to farther locations than just in and around Johannesburg, which is where it's manufactured. After we worked on the redesign of the Hippo Roller, we started to refocus some of our efforts on local projects here in the US. And one of the projects that really took off because of that local engagement was something called the Learning Landscape. So I was in Uganda in 2008 for about 6 weeks with my partner, who was building a school for AIDS orphans there. I ended up teaching some of their math classes and observing the very specific struggles that some of the children had that were specific to math. So I worked very closely with the teachers on trying to identify what it was about math that was difficult, and I think ultimately our conclusion was that the students didn't really want to learn it, and there needed to be some kind of fun injected into it. If you can find 25 tires, you can build this basically for free. We wrote a series of games, there's about 15 of them as of now, that teach math in really engaging ways. So everything from 2 plus 2 up to basic algebra you can learn through gameplay in this outdoor playground. So we built the first learning landscape at the school in Uganda that my partner built, the Katamba AIDS Orphan School. That specific location was published in a variety of places, and one day I got an email from a superintendent in rural North Carolina. So he invited us to come down and build one learning landscape in each of the elementary schools in the district. We built the learning landscapes pretty much pro bono, and then realized how much work there was to be done in this district. And this school district in rural North Carolina is called the Bertie County School District. We built some computer labs and brought some of the students into that process, and saw very quickly that they have a knack for hands-on learning. And this curriculum that we wrote, it's a one-year curriculum called Studio H, really plays to that sort of desire for hands-on learning. One of the reasons that we have really focused on education is because we think it is such a systemic problem, specifically in the US. And for us as designers, it's a really interesting space to work in because there's a lot of assessment already built into education, so it's a very interesting place to sort of experiment and to see what works. And also, your clients are kindergartners and 4th graders and 8th graders, and you get all kinds of really honest feedback that you don't get from many other clients. With the learning landscape, we actually have a lot of video of kids playing and running around and screaming and bouncing off of the tires and bouncing off of each other, and they forget that they're learning math, which is really a fun thing to watch.